Today's podcast is brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. If your property gets damaged by a storm, it's nice to know there's a Kentucky Farm Bureau insurance agent in your hometown who's committed to making things right. Rain or shine, you can count on the great coverage and personal service you expect from Kentucky's insurance company. To request a free quote, find your local KFB insurance agent at mykfbagent.com. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment. Hey, Matt, how's it going?
It's going good. It's October. It's cooling down. It's becoming just a beautiful. I love fall. I don't know.
It is fall. If I was a college girl, I would be wearing flannel and Ugg boots. And is Ugg boots a thing again?
I don't wear Ugg boots, but I wear boots and flannels.
You do, but you do that a lot of times a year.
That's true.
You kind of like your plaids.
Yeah,
it just thickens up the fabric in the fall.
I'm very earth tones. I'd like to get a nice jacket and a boot.
Oh.
And let the beard kind of thicken out.
Do you let the beard go?
I haven't really let it go nuts, but I think I'm going to.
Here in a couple weeks, it's No Shave November, and you could do it.
Well, I'm
do you have a wife if you do that?
I'm a no shave all the timer. I'm not really.
Oh, you just don't. Oh, okay.
I trim her up, that's about it. But I don't know. I want to let it go until she tells me that she's going to divorce me if I let it keep going. But yeah, I want to let it kind of thicken up.
So, funny story. My poor parents, they probably listen to this and like, I'm telling stories. During COVID, we did a no shave contest because nobody could go anywhere. And so my husband, love his heart, can't grow facial hair, nor at the time could my younger brother because he was a child. And so my older brother had like all the way around his chin, but like no mustache in the front. My dad's winning this thing. Okay. Thank God my brother-in-law didn't play. He would have won by a lot. But my dad is like, we're getting somewhere. Like we got a lot of beard going. And my mom just looks at him dead serious and is like, I will not affectionately kiss you whatsoever until you get rid of this. And he made it 2 days and he was like, guys, I think she's gonna hold out on me. And so he shaved his face and we're like, it's over. So I tell my mom all the time, our funniest beard challenge, we were getting weekly pics of everybody and she just ruined the whole thing.
She was like, no, and it was over.
Which sounds like most men with beards, that's literally, if they get a beard or not, is completely determined on their wife.
Well, for years, my wife was like, no, she didn't like it. And then my hair started falling out.
Okay. You just went with the beard.
So we did. So I was like, during COVID, I said, I'm going to shave my head. We're going to see what's underneath what I do.
So
have.
this started during COVID.
Yeah. So I shaved that. I shaved my head. I let my son buzz it down. Okay.
What a moment.
And it was really like stubble, and we realized how bald I really was. You know what I mean? Like how much wasn't really up there. So then we razored, right? Mm-hmm. So then I was like, I didn't have any, like I had eyebrows. That was the only hair on my.
Oh, that's awkward to think about.
Yeah, I like Mr. Clean, and then I started kind of growing a beard. I'd had beards here and there, but she mostly hated them, And then I really grew it out, and she was mad at me for a little while. Stupid beard. And but that like everyone's like, oh, it looks so good. He grows a nice beard, and she's like, shut up, I don't like it, And then one day, it was months later, it was like getting hot. It started to become summer, so I was like, I'm gonna shave my beard off. And I shaved it off, and there was a revolt in my house that they were like, oh gosh, put it back. And I was like, this is the face that you all have been looking at your whole life. And now we want to cover it up? Like,
also, isn't the worst part about a beard growing the beard out because then an itch?
Yeah, it's really itchy. And then
so like you just didn't have the beard and keep the beard.
I don't even know it's not on my face right now. Like it just feels normal.
It is. I can see it.
It's totally there. Now, if it's not there, the wind, the air, the freshness, it feels fresh. You're like, yeah. So I literally shaved it off. My daughter made fun of me. She's like, I don't like that. Nobody liked it. And I'm like, okay, gosh, I didn't know it was so ugly.
So you accidentally made yourself a beard man.
So I'm a beard guy. I think this is it, y'all. I mean, this is what you get. My glasses might change every once in a while through the year, and my beard's getting whiter every month. So, but yeah, this is that time of year where I fit in. I can wear a toboggan on my noggin. Is what I always say.
Toboggan on your noggin.
And get my flannels out and my boots. Oh man.
So I had a question I was going to ask you, but I've pivoted given our conversation so far. If you're going to, so our guest today, fall market.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's a certified farm market, so they're a market for spring and fall and summer. But for the fall, we make a joke on the podcast. Listen in about all of the random treats. If you had to pick one treat at a market, what would it be?
The one treat that I must do.
You must have in the fall at a market. What is your one thing you're going to have?
The thing that I get when I go to Evans, frankly, who is our guest today, if someone from there, teaser.
Who could it be?
That was a tease. I get the apple cider donut.
Okay.
It's got cinnamon. It's made of apple. I don't know what they do. It's so good.
Why are donuts at a Krispy Kreme so much different than donuts at an Orchard? They're so good at an Orchard.
They're really good.
The texture's different. I'm sure there's some very obvious reason, and Fran's going to listen to this and tell me, Renee, it's the machine, or Renee, it's the product. But until she corrects me, it's just different.
It's really good. I
so
always
good.
get that. I get that for sure. You get a little coffee and the cider donuts. Really good. When you get them at Evans, sometimes you get them right. They're still warm.
Oh, yeah.
And that's trouble. That's big trouble. You'll eat the whole thing. Yeah, I think that's my go-to probably at the market at this time of year for sure.
Yeah, so if it is warm fall, that September area, I have discovered the apple cider float.
Okay.
And it's ice cream, apple cider, whipped cream. I'm like, oh, this
Yeah,
transitioned me into coffee, hot cocoa, warm donut weather. So like while we're all sweating our booty off, deciding we need a pumpkin early because our kids saw a pumpkin outside of a Walmart and we were like, okay, I guess we're doing it now. If I'm stuck there with people's kids, then I'm like, oh, well, at least I get ice cream and it's cold and it's still hot outside. And then I can transition to the warm.
Yeah, I didn't think about the warm apple cider. It's pretty unreal.
It's pretty good.
And in some place, I think Evans, she's probably gonna get mad at me. The little apple. It comes in the little apple.
Yeah.
It's really cute. Yeah, our guest today, I'm pretty biased to this place. She speaks a lot about family memories. And as my kids grew up, this is where we went. When you're in Louisville, a lot of people in Louisville go to Huber's in Indiana.
Yeah.
Because it's probably the closest market other than all the ones that are popped up in Shelby County probably. But we always went to Georgetown. And we went there because we did a story on Evans. We were doing bluegrass and backroads, and I just thought it was really cool. I thought their story was neat. Thought my wife would like the aesthetic of it and all that kind of stuff that people love about local markets. And so I have a lot of memories of going to Evans Orchard. My kids going there and enjoying their time. So I'm excited to have our guest here today. Jenny Evans she's kind of the mastermind of the market element of it. Her dad is one of the nicest guys in Farm Bureau for sure, in agriculture in Kentucky. Kevin, right?
Yep.
Kevin. And so really excited to have her. She came all the way here in the wrong time of year to be on our podcast, so we really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. So we're not going to hold you guys back any longer. Without further ado, I'm Renee Carrico.
And I'm Matt Hilton.
Let's get rural.
Yeah, so we appreciate you coming all the way to Louisville in a busy time. I was telling her when I went to get her that right now I'm scheduling things for our annual meeting theme videos, and every farmer every year when I ask them to be a part of a video say, you do understand it's harvest time every time, and I have to go, I'm very aware and I'm very appreciative of your time. But so we're really appreciative that you came up, and this is extra busy for you guys.
It is. Yeah. This is it. This is school trips start tomorrow. So field trips will be in deep during the week, and then festivals on the weekend. So
excellent.
It's crazy.
So like how many kids are we talking?
For the next 4 or 5 weeks, we'll do 15,000 school kids.
See, I think that's just unreal.
It's a lot.
You're right in that.
It's
You're
a
right in
lot.
the sweet spot of the state where there's just a whole lot of people. And
Yeah.
why not, right?
And why not?
Yeah.
So help us. We've already we're here and we're talking and we're appreciating you being here. But tell us where you drove in from. Where is Evans at?
We are in Georgetown, so it took about an hour to get here. Not too bad.
Yeah.
And central Kentucky, just north of Lexington. So it's a good central spot. We get a lot of Louisville customers, people from Cincinnati and Lexington, kind of all surrounding. So
I bet. Yeah, you guys are right in the. I mean, we've gone. That's usually where our family went. Yeah, my kids are old now and they're too cool for me. But when they were little, we went to Evans to get our pumpkin, and we got our donut, our cider donuts,
Yep.
and all the things. And the wife loves all the other stuff in the.
You don't love the stuff in the store?
you know,
I love everything
Matt.
about it. No, I always got they had you ever hear a little I can get a hamburger.
Yeah.
Right?
We have the cafe.
And get the little wristband for the kids to burn off some energy.
You got
it was
it.
a good
Go
solid.
play.
It was a good solid weekend.
Yeah.
So
We've added some stuff you might like. We got some paintball, apple cannons.
oh
Oh, the one
So,
time
a
we
little
needed
bit-
video in this room.
A little bit bigger, for the bigger kids. We've expanded
okay.
a little bit.
Okay. I have a 6-year-old son. Paintball and apple cannon.
You can,
sounds
oh
like
my gosh, you'd be the coolest dad if you took the soccer team.
Oh, take the whole team.
Oh,
And they're teenagers. You talking
Yeah.
about eating? They'd kill you. They'd probably put you out of business on.
I think they
The
want
cafe.
that.
Which is totally okay.
That's okay,
You
yeah.
ever bring that up?
So paintball, that's all year round.
No, it's just for the fall right now.
Cool.
But it's new this year, so we just got it up. But it's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
Has
fun.
it been a big hit so far?
It has. It
I
has.
bet.
It's been fun.
That sounds fun. I tell you, so I was introduced to you. We did a Bluegrass and Backroad story on your all's place when it was pretty new.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
I just saw that video the other day.
Yeah. It's one of the first things that I remember doing when we started doing stories on markets, and I just thought it was really cool. And then I started bringing my family to your all's place all the time. But so tell us, how did the market get going? I love your story. I love your dad's past and how you came in and was like, hey, let's do this crazy thing.
Yeah.
And talk about your story a little bit. How did this thing get going?
It was about 30 years ago. I was in, 30 years ago, I was in high school, and I was interested in the farm, but not interested in growing tobacco per se of the farm. So we started looking for alternative activities that we could do, alternative crops, so that way that I could still remain on the farm, but not grow tobacco. And then, so my senior year of high school, we grew like a 1-acre vegetable garden, and I started going to the farmer's market. And that kind of like a side project as looking for alternatives also helped pay for college, kind of combination. Turned out really well, worked great. We started planting some apple trees, and and then a little bit out of laziness, I didn't love the whole get up at 4 a.m. and go to the farmer's market. So I was like, maybe they could come to us. And so we built a little shed and a little sales shed right by our tobacco barn. And that kind of took off. And then when my senior year of college, it was the Philip Morris, the ag settlement money. And Kentucky was so good about reinvesting in farmers trying to diversify. So my senior year of college, I applied for that grant, and we got it. And we turned the tobacco barn into a store, a cooler, and a cider press.
Very cool. Yeah. I like how you did this for laziness. And
Yes,
that's the
complete.
last thing you're allowed to do right now.
It kind of kicked me in the butt. I didn't think that through.
Farmers market. If you've never worked a farmer's market, and I being one of those people, and I knew so many people that were going and being vendors at these markets, and I myself would go and see them, and they were so happy. And what's the big deal? Why do people want to get away from a farmer's market sometimes? To a point, some people are made for that, but I don't think, especially pre this local foods really heavy movement. There were Saturdays when it was just a little slower, like a rainy day could really kill a vibe. And I don't think people understand how much effort goes into a morning to get you to the market. I truly don't think the average consumer has a clue how much effort that takes. I mean, like, what was that build up for you guys when you were headed out there every Saturday?
Yeah, it's a lot of work. And my daughter does the market now. So, I mean, we're still going, we're still doing the market. But, you spend, obviously the whole season growing the product. But then you've got to pick, clean, wash, get it all ready, packed, loaded on the truck, and then get to your space, unload, get your displays up. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's hard. We did that all. I did that all through college, and then we've kind of passed it along to other family members or whatever. And now my daughter's in charge of it, but we're still going. But it's a good outlet too. It's good advertising, and you get to get out and get some other customers that may not come to you. So it's worked for us.
And it is. I say that the pre-local food movement. It's there's not many Saturdays that aren't busting with people now. It feels like they're regulars at this point. So I do. It's got to be weird to see the changes between when you were doing it and when your daughter's doing it now.
Yeah, for sure. And it's changed a little bit. And now we just go to the one in Georgetown. We used to go to several markets, but as we get busier on the farm, we don't have the manpower to go to all of them. But yeah, they're surging right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
So, one thing that we see a lot, interviews I do outside of this and then here is how much generationally it's interesting how I want to say the older generation thinks of the new generation's idea. What was that like talking to your dad about some of these things you wanted to do? So was he like your nuts or
no?
what?
He has always been one open to try something new. He's worked with the UK, even when we did cattle and tobacco, about trying new varieties of something or a different way to grow something. So he's been open. We were just talking about it because I was like, you were my age when you decided to completely switch from tobacco to orchard, and I'm like, God, would I be that open to that, to completely switch your entire? So he's been on the forefront of trying new things and changing things just as much as any younger generation has been.
Yeah.
And he moved not just type of operation, but that weight for apple trees. I think we laugh about it. My husband's grandmother, we are always going to sell our weaned calves before the end of the year because she was so used to having that check before the end of the year, whether it was tobacco, whatever they were doing before that. And so that, when people move into an orchard or any kind of a tree or fruit that has to take a couple years to get a stand, I can't imagine what that oddity would be, trying to get those books to work and having the patience. It has to be weird.
It is, yeah. And he kept the cattle for a while. And I think finally, when we opened the store, the current store, like 2000, when he finally sold his cattle crop, and I think that was hard for him. Was because that was a tough. Tobacco wasn't hard to say goodbye to. The cattle were a little bit more, but yeah, it's a leap of faith for sure. Because you're completely changed. I mean, we needed all new equipment. I mean, nothing we had worked for what we're moving into. So it was a complete different tractors, everything. So,
why do you think it worked? I mean, I think that you're seeing the local food moving everywhere, but your all's market really did really work. I mean, there's a lot that have, don't get me wrong, but your all's really skyrocketed, changed. Like every time we went, there was new things. You're really expanding.
And I think that's it. Because we always are trying something new. Like we had the store and we had hay bales just out literally in the field where we rolled hay, and kids were playing on it. So we're like, maybe somewhere they want to play, and then a couple of years later, they would come play and they say, hey, can we go to town, get something to eat and come back? And we're like, okay, maybe we need to offer food, So I think just listening to our customers, we moved with them and they kind of encouraged it. We had a couple that worked for us and that met and they got engaged. We had an empty barn and she wanted to get married in the barn. So she talked Dad, and that was his storage barn. He kept all of his junk. She's like, please. So that's how we started our wedding video.
I did not know that story.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just literally a natural involvement in listening to our customers and kind of what people wanted. Is because I necessarily didn't want to be in the wedding business, but Lauren and Carter wanted to get married there. So, we built a wedding barn,
Very cool.
Yeah.
So talk through that portion, because I don't know if we've had a wedding venue on yet. I don't know. They start to run together. So many cool stories.
Yeah.
But from that perspective, so now we know why, because that's normally my question to people, like, who was it? Was it a daughter? Was it a niece? That somebody, and no farmer is ever like, do you know what would be fun to do with this tobacco barn is clean it top to bottom and make it showable.
He fought it hard.
So talk through, though, what does that look like today? Is it other events as well? Are you booked up with weddings so nobody else really gets in? I mean, how does that work?
We're pretty much booked up. It's not temperature controlled, so it's like an April through November thing, booked with weddings. We do some corporate events there. We had the Scott County Conservation District dinner there last night. So it's a little bit of a variety, but mostly weddings.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And when we did it, 10, 15 years ago, it was when barn weddings were really popular. So it just hit at the perfect time. I mean, we don't really advertise it. It's kind of a side project. Like I have an event coordinator that takes care of everything and goes smooth as can be. But it's a beautiful setting. The orchard's all around it. It's perfect. It's pretty.
So year round, what do you guys provide? What are some of the things you guys grow? Talk about the different things that are going on beyond just the orchard, right?
We're open May through November. We start with strawberries in store, and play area is huge, of course. We have apples, peaches, blueberries, blackberries. We have about 20 acres of vegetables, 20 acres of pumpkins, and the orchard is huge. And then pumpkins and apples in the fall, of course, what we're doing now. We've started doing we've done flowers for about 5 years, sunflowers, zinnia fields, and kind of expanded the zinnias and wildflowers this year. So that's been a big thing too.
Wow.
So all these different things, I'm sure it's not just you, your daughter, and your dad doing it. So talk through. It's funny to me talking to farm markets, and you guys might be different, but sometimes it's like, oh, we had to get out of tobacco because we just weren't the scale to justify H2A, and we didn't have enough local labor. And then when their market expands to this point, I'm like, how on earth do you have enough people? And they're like, it's funny. 20 years ago, we quit doing something because of labor. And now we're doing a more labor intensive thing. So talk through that process of like, who does the work? How many people does it take? I mean, that's a lot of crops.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. And Dad and I kind of divide it. He handles the growing and bringing it to me. And then we have a line, an imaginary line. I'm like, you can't, he comes into the market and tries to do things. I'm like, nope, you have to go back there. But I kind of handle the front end, the store, and the employees and the festivals. He handles the farm part of it. I couldn't grow an apple if I had to. I need somebody to learn that for me. But yeah, he has a whole farm crew, probably about 15 guys. And then the hard part with us is so seasonal, right? So we've got a kitchen crew of like 3 that'll work all year, but right now they're up to 6. I've got 40 probably in the market in my end for the kids and the stations and the weekend stuff.
Yeah.
But then it goes back down in November. And so it's kind of hard sometimes, like, hey, you want a job for 2 months? And then, but also that appeals to some people as well. So it's kind of a niche kind of.
Yeah. Do you have like high school students or something? That seems like perfect.
Lots of high school, lots of college kids. And then this year I have a lot of adults too. Some people looking for a second source of income, some retired people. So probably more adults this year than I've ever had. So it's been interesting.
You think the training curve would be a little easier there?
Yeah, this year's been good actually. And I've had more applicants than I've ever had. Some days I'm like, please, begging. And I'm still like, Kate's bringing her roommates to work this weekend. We're short. I need help. But she's a good source of kids too, from, soccer team and friends and all that. So that's been helpful. But it's a little tricky just because that 2 months I really need a lot of people, and then you go back down like May, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Maybe 20.
Yeah.
So I do this with crop farmers a lot too. So, and I hope I'm not putting you on the spot, but the big joke, I sold seed for a little while, and the big joke was, oh, well, you're selling seed. So all those crop farmers, they're off. You're not going to see them from December to March, ha ha. And sure, the guys would hit the duck blinds. I was working in Mississippi, and they'd have their moment, but they were back. There was stuff to do. There was ground to work. There was things to fix. All the things that had broken during harvest, they were fixing then. So I always like to ask people, when they see that you guys are the dates you're open, what are you doing in the dates you're not open?
Yeah, they think we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
I'll go to the beach a week or 2 maybe. But then then you're back. I mean, we're doing all the paperwork and accounting stuff that I haven't done all year long, or definitely in October, because we're just trying to get by. Marketing, planning. I'm buying stuff for the store. We usually go to Atlanta to the wholesale market and pick out what we're going to have in the store. I mean, literally you blink and it's May again. And I'm like, oh, what happened to this winter? So the guys prune trees all winter. I always have some crazy project that we're going to build, and I'll give them pictures and they're so good. And they're like, here, they just build it. But yeah, it's busy.
Yeah.
It's not, 7 days a week busy. You might get a day or 2 off. That's kind of nice, but it goes by quick. Yeah.
What's rewarding about it? This is, you're seeing more and more of these you come to the farm kind of situations. There's a whole market and everything like that, business. What's so rewarding? What's the thing that you really love about getting to do this?
I think the best part is probably working with Dad every day.
Yeah.
And then seeing Kate come in and, getting to be with your family. I joked that it wasn't a great idea to work with family, but he's driving me crazy. But I mean, it's just so much fun. It's just to keep that family farm going, farming, and not turning into houses and neighborhoods, and then just to provide a place where other families can come make memories. And now we're seeing like generations now, now that their grandparents are bringing their grandkids when they used to bring their, it's just so fun to see that and be a place of just good family fun.
Yeah.
Wow, I get to hang out with my family. Yeah. So.
Well, don't worry. If you weren't farming together, you'd still find a reason to be annoyed with each other. That's what I always laugh. People are like, why did we? My husband laughs sometimes. He's like, oh, man, that was frustrating. Why did we decide to do this? And I'm like, just remember, I'm not living in the same town as my family, and they bug me sometimes too. It's just life, But I think it's fun. I think if you can work together, it's kind of like the old joke about working cattle. If you can work cattle with your spouse, you can do anything with your spouse.
Right.
If you can farm with your family, you can do anything with your family. Right. And so I think it's really rewarding. Talk through with us, because you guys are one of our very beginning members when it comes to the Certified Farm Market Program, back when it was the Roadside Market Program. So talk through for us, why keep being a member? I love asking my larger markets this, because you guys have probably made the connections across this country. You've been to all of these different shows. You've seen all these different places. What's still impactful to you, and why be in the Certified Farm Market Program?
it's just the community of all the members of all the, we're all in this together. We deal with the same, problems. And I mean, I've met people through this program that I can text them, hey, what are you doing on this? Or what's your pricing for here? I mean, just the community and the level of support with everybody is just so good. Educational wise, just getting together, brainstorming, talking about what, trials and tribulations you're going through. What are you seeing this year? What are you not? It's this industry, I think, is so good about that and helping each other. I text Megan at Eckert's, hey, what are we doing on this? And she's like, I don't know. Let's, we'll go back and forth. So it's like we're competitors, but we're not, it's just really cool to be able to work together.
Yeah, I mean, you guys aren't right next to each other, and the whole idea is the localness of stuff, and so it's your community goes to you, and this community goes to them. So I think there's probably some competitiveness, but also
but yeah, it's still. I mean, everybody's just really nice, and I mean, and Galron's, other farms, we all just, hey, what are we doing here? And
I think if one succeeds, others can.
Absolutely.
If people love the idea of a roadside market in West Kentucky, and they see it on Facebook and East Kentucky, they might go, I want to go to one of those.
Right.
And so really, I think you all help each other by having, that family fun, the aesthetic that each one of them has, the feeling of being on the farm, all those things that people really get into. If you do it well, someone else is going to kind of reap a little bit of a benefit from that.
Right.
And the market that's down the street, they're probably not going to go to your market, but they might, we'll go to that one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's really the benefit of it.
Yeah.
If you're succeeding, it probably will rub off on some other markets throughout the state.
For sure.
Yeah.
So we talked through the generational thing. I know we've asked it once, but I just think it's really neat that you're getting to see your daughter want to come back and do this. And your dad is still open to so many ideas. Do you feel the same way? Is she coming with ideas? Or, I mean, you said that earlier, God, how could I don't know if I could have done that now that I'm the age you are. I mean, are you having to kind of put a little pressure on yourself to be like, hey, Dad, let me, is it weird? Is it different than you expected?
No, it's okay. It's all right. Yeah. And I'm excited for her. And then my cousin is our store manager too. And he's 23. So, I mean, I'm excited to see what they want to do.
Good.
Yeah, I have one more empty barn, a joke. One more barn that we haven't turned into anything. So, I'm like, guys, this is yours. What do you want to do with it?
Yeah.
So, I'm excited to see kind of what area they want to, which way they want to go and what interest, what part of her, because Dad and I try to separate our jobs a little bit. He takes the growing, I do this. I'm like, what's your area going to be? What do you want to do? So, I'm excited to see what they want to do.
Yeah.
How exciting to have a family looking for an area. Sometimes it's like, I just don't know if we've got the room. But you literally picked a room. You picked a barn. I mean, here's your spot. No, but I joke, but that's very neat. It's tough sometimes for families to be able to find that. And I applaud you guys. It's a neat spot to be able to look for it.
I'm excited too. I'm excited to see what they want to do. I'm like, let them ride out.
In most cases, when you see this work, it's like, you got to think of something, you got to bring income so we can pay you, so you can make money. And but it's also kind of a cool, it might bring in a whole new diversity, young minds think of things that you're just kind of got a blind spot for sometimes.
I planted a little seed for them, so we'll see if they're, I'll drop hints here and there. I'm like, this would be cool, or, but I want them to do what they, what interests them. So we're kind of figuring that out.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay, we're in the fall season. We're in the heart of it. So talk through it. We're mid-October right now. So what is happening at the farm right now?
It is pumpkins. We are deep in pumpkins and all the fall fun. We've got the play area, the corn maze, the hay rides, pumpkin picking, pumpkin patch, cider. We're making all the apple cider, field trips.
Do you ever feel like fall markets kind of turn into like a Bubba Gump on pumpkin cider, pumpkin shake, pumpkin picking, pumpkin carving?
If you want pumpkin flavored anything, go to one of our certified roadside markets.
Pumpkin bread, pumpkin treat. I mean, I'm telling you,
literally yes.
And you know what? They're all so stinking good. Every time I go I tell people this all the time. I don't know how Fran is not 300 pounds. I would be dying if I had her job. Because I would go to your market and you'd be like, we got something new. And I'd be like, you know what? The polite thing to do is try it.
Yes.
I mean, and darn, it tasted good. So I guess I'll take one home to Peyton too,
And it's just always, there's always these fresh fruits and vegetables, but you're like, the pumpkin bread. Yeah, let me do a
pumpkin
big
donuts.
loaf.
Did you make it a donut? Is there ice cream to go on top? I'll do that too.
I said, we have cider, but then you have the apple cider float with ice cream and cool whipped cream.
Of course you do.
Of
course you do. You got to try that as well.
Take it all.
Well, I encourage everyone to go out there. They're so fun. And It's so funny. I think David Haney told me that one time that there are people in this world, and maybe y'all have seen them too. It's like a bucket list. Like, we're going to hit the fall markets in Kentucky, or we're on the way to Nashville, and we Googled you, and we ended up at Haney's, and then we ended up over here.
Yeah.
So if that's you, and that's the stage of life you're in, and that's what you want to do, go for it.
Come on.
And tell them where you are last, because chances are they're all connected somehow. So that'd be really cool.
Yeah, 100%. It's fun.
Get your flannel, get your boots on.
I need 70 degree, 60, 70 degree
Yeah,
weather, and
it's a
then it
little
all
warm.
comes out.
Yeah. Everybody's like, ooh, we need to go do that. Wear my flannel shirt, man. Go
What
to
did somebody
farm market.
posted that on Facebook in September? They're like, there's nothing more fall than sweating your butt off wearing clothes that it's not the temperature for yet, just to get that photo at an Apple thing. And I was laughing. I said, give it a couple weeks and it'll be perfect for
They
you.
had that. They said, why would you buy apples for $5 at Walmart when you could spend $40 and go pick them yourselves in your flannel at 100 degree weather?
Because it's amazing. That's why. So join one of our farm markets.
I don't think we're helping our
I don't think we're selling anything.
Oh man. Well, I don't want to wrap this up, but I'm trying to think. I think we've done the plug. I think we're there.
We've done it.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
It's so funny to me. It feels like it should be a short drive, but there is no short drive to Louisville anymore. Everything's going to take a minute. So we do appreciate you coming over.
No worries.
And we appreciate all of our listeners that are, of course, going to go visit you guys this fall and do all things harvest, pumpkin, apple, all the above. So
Yeah, do you guys have good stuff on social media? People to follow, kind of what you're
We
up
do,
to?
yeah. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. We have all kinds of videos. You can see all the fun things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is. It's a lot of fun. I think we maybe did 2 different Bluegrass and Backroad stories back in the day with you guys, and just a great market. I have good family memories from taking my little ones out there. Cousins of them, that my nieces and nephews went with us, and so please go out there and create your own memories. It's really cool. It's one of those cool places. It's safe and fun and wholesome and all the things that you look for as a parent. So I would definitely recommend Evans. It's one of my faves. So
Thank you.
yeah.
all right. Well, thank you, Jenny, and thank you, listeners. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast, and we'll see you next time on Let's Get Rural.